We've been taking our little steps, our baby steps in the direction of health right now over the past few weeks, and we have traveled very far. And Shri Bhagavan initially has guided us on the physical dimension of health and the emotional dimension of health, while Shri Amma has been guiding us on the psychological dimension of health and also the karmic dimension of health. And what is it going to be this week? Over the past few weeks, there have been heated discussions and debates going on throughout the country on one particular issue. The issue of moral policing, the issue of Indian culture. Everybody is wondering what's happening to Indian culture, what is happening to our roots, our heritage, our tradition. What exactly is Indian culture? Where are our roots going? What is at the fulcrum, what is at the core of Indian culture? Shri Amma and Shri Bhagavan say that the heart of Indian culture is mukti, awakening or enlightenment. It is spiritual evolution that is the ethos of Indian culture over the past few millennia. And it is that that has given rise to the 64 arts and sciences of India, in fact. Whether it is Ayurveda, the science of longevity and health, even that, if you really went and met with an expert Ayurvedic physician, he will tell you, at the core of it is the desire for mukti. Ayurveda is supposed to lead a person towards spiritual evolution, whereby the Vata, Pitta and Kapha are supposed to be brought to such a balance, whereby that balance is supposed to create a very equanimous state of mind. Take Bharatanatyam, for that matter. The dance form, the ancient dance form, which again is meant to create an evolution in human consciousness, which is meant to create an awakening of human feelings. What is going to be Amma's message given the current scenario of the nation? Let us listen to yet another message from Shri Amma.
శరీరం మీ ముక్తి పథంలో సహాయపడగలిగే ఒక అద్భుత పరికరం. అందుకే పూర్వీకులు ముక్తికై యోగ సాధన చేసేవారు. యోగా అంటే ఈ విశాల విశ్వంతోనో భగవంతుడితోనో అనుభవించే సంయోగం. మనస్సుని జయించడానికన్నా శరీరం ద్వారా ముక్తి సాధన సులభమని గ్రహించి యోగ మార్గాలను కనుగొన్నారు పూర్వీకులు. అలా పుట్టింది హఠయోగం. వాస్తవానికి శరీరం యొక్క నాడీ వ్యవస్థ మీరు ముక్తి స్థితిని అనుభవించడానికై నిర్మించబడింది. మనిషి యొక్క సహజ స్థితి ముక్తి స్థితి. కానీ నేడు ఆలోచనల భారం వల్ల వాస్తవాన్ని ఉన్నది ఉన్నట్లుగా అనుభవించలేకపోతున్నారు. మీ అనుభవాన్ని కూడా అవయవాలు పూర్తిగా ఆస్వాదించలేకపోతున్నాయి. మీరు గమనించి చూస్తే కళ్ళు ఎదుటనున్న వాస్తవాన్ని చూస్తున్నాయా? మీ అభిప్రాయాలు నమ్మకాలే మీ దృష్టిని కమ్మేస్తున్నాయి. చెవులు నిజంగా వింటున్నాయా? ప్రదస్తమానం మీ ఆలోచనల రణరంగాన్ని వింటున్నారు తప్ప ఆరు బయట కురిసే వర్షపు జల్లులనైనా, కప్పలు బెకబెకలనైనా, పసిపిల్లల కేరంతలాన్నైనా వినే సమయం ఎక్కడిది? అలాగే గతంలోకి భవిష్యత్తులోకి పయనించే మీ మనస్సుకి స్పర్శ యొక్క అనుభూతి ఎక్కడిది? మనస్సు యొక్క ఆధీనంలో శరీరం ఉన్నంత వరకు ఆనందాన్ని చవిచూసే ఆస్కారం లేదు. అందుకే పూర్వీకులు యోగ సాధనను పాటించేవారు. జ్ఞానోదయము లేక ముక్తి కలిగిన తరువాత ప్రతి అవయవము పరిపూర్ణంగానే పనిచేస్తుంది. అలా జరిగిన నాడు మీ అంతరంగంలోనే స్వర్గాన్ని అనుభవిస్తారు. నేడు విజ్ఞాన శాస్త్రం కూడా ఈ మహాసత్యంతో ఏకీభవిస్తుంది. మానవ మెదడు మరియు నాడీ వ్యవస్థ ఏకత్వానుభూతికై నిర్మించబడ్డాయని రుజువులు ప్రకటిస్తుంది విజ్ఞాన శాస్త్రం. మెదడులోని కొన్ని ప్రత్యేకమైన రసాయన పదార్థాలు ప్రవహించినప్పుడు ఆహ్లాదాన్ని, ప్రేమను, అలాగే భయము, కోపము లాంటి నెగటివ్ భావాలు కలుగుతాయని తెలియవచ్చింది సైన్స్కు. భయాన్ని చూసి భయపడేవారెందరో. మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోవలసిన విషయం ఏమిటంటే, ఈ భయము మీ ప్రాణాల్ని క్రూర జంతువుల నుంచి, ప్రకృతి విపరీతాల నుంచి మిమ్మల్ని కాపాడుకోవడానికి ఆది కాలంలో సృష్టి మీలో ఏర్పాటు చేసింది. కానీ దురదృష్టవశాత్తు నేడు భయం భౌతికమైనదిగానే కాక మానసికంగా కూడా పరిణమించింది. శరీర సంరక్షణ లేక భయాన్ని కలిగించేలాంటి రసాయన పదార్థాలు మీ మెదడులో ఎక్కువగా ప్రవహిస్తున్నాయి. కాబట్టి ఆరోగ్యంగా జీవించడానికి కావలసిన సాధనలన్నీ తప్పక పాటించాలి. మీ దేహం ఒక దేవాలయం. సకల దేవతలు శరీరంలోనే కొలువై ఉన్నారు. ఒక్కొక్క భాగంలో ఒక్కొక్క దేవతా రూపము అధిష్ఠించబడి ఉన్నది. ఇది ఏనాడో పూర్వీకులు కనుగొన్న జ్ఞానం. ఈ దేహంలో ఒక్కొక్క భాగంలో ఆ చైతన్యాన్ని జాగృతం చేసినప్పుడు ఆ దేవతలను ముక్తి స్థితులను అనుభవించగలుగుతారు. కాబట్టి శరీరాన్ని పవిత్రంగా పరిరక్షించవలసిన బాధ్యత మీది.
Thank you, Amma. Amma said that the human body is essentially a tool on the path of one's spiritual awakening. So far we have never pondered as to the purpose of the human body. It has been with us and so we have lived with it. Or we have essentially thought of it as a tool for survival, or as a tool for pleasure, or as a tool for work. But we've never thought of it as a tool for a spiritual awakening. And going further, Amma says that is why our ancients did yoga sadhana. What is yoga? Yoga is derived from the root word yuj, which means to unite, to become one. To become one, the human and the divine consciousness becoming one, the individual and the universe becoming one human being and another becoming one, within the individual again reaching a state of oneness. Essentially, yoga means a path to attain to oneness. And it is in this context that the ancients pursued many paths. They used the mind, the intellect, and they created a path called the Jnana Marga, the path of the intellect. They used feelings and emotions and created Bhakti Marga, Bhakti Yoga. They also used action, detached action, and created Karma Yoga. And they used meditation and created Raja Yoga. After going through all of these, the ancients had one major discovery about which Amma says the ancients discovered that it is much more easier to have awakening through the body than through the mind. And therefore, the ancients discovered Hatha Yoga, or the body path towards mukti or awakening. Amma further goes on to saying that the human body and its complex nervous system has essentially been devised so that the human body itself can experience a state of awakening. And Amma says that mukti, or spiritual enlightenment, is the natural state of the human body and of the human being. In this context, I remember something that had shocked me and surprised me pleasantly in the school called Jivashram, which Sri Amma and Bhagavan had founded. I entered the portals of this school as a student almost 20 years ago. And the school would be dotted with beautiful boards emanating Amma and Bhagavan's teachings. And on these boards would be various statements which would cause even a casual passerby to pause and contemplate. Parents, students, everybody would spend some time standing in front of these boards, thinking, trying to understand, trying to assimilate what was written on these boards. One of them that was a shocker was one that said, "Man is mad. The enlightened state is the natural state of man." Man is mad. The enlightened state is the natural state of man. Man here referred to humanity, not man or woman. The board said that human beings are not living in the natural state, which is the state of mukti. Today, Amma said that owing to the tremendous thought burden that each one of us is experiencing, our senses are not able to experience reality as it is. Amma asked, every sense organ is being burdened by thought. Just look at these forays that thought is making. We're sitting quietly and then suddenly we notice the graying hair and immediately thoughts goes amok. What is thought? In which direction is thought moving? Thought is saying, now I'm growing old. That means, is my company going to keep me in the same position? Maybe somebody younger and more attractive would come and assume my position. And then what happens to me? Will I be sacked? And if I am sacked, will my children respect me? And I have not yet built a home for them. So what happens 20 years down the line? What happens to me when I grow old? And the whole journey, the entire psychological journey is illusory. Thought has created a problem and then it's trying to solve the problem. You create the problem and you try to solve the problem. What do you call such a person? Insane. And that is what the famous board in Jivashram said. It said, man is mad. Amma says, if only the senses were freed of the burden of thought, they would experience reality as it is. And reality as it is heavenly, Amma says. Amma calls it Swarga, which is heavenly. And Amma is asking us, do your eyes really see? Do your eyes really see what is in front of them? Or are they seeing mental projections, images, perceptions that thought is constantly creating? Are your ears really listening? Or are you all the time only listening to the humdrum of thought, the tremendous thought noise, the internal conflict? Amma is further asking you, are you really able to touch? Are you able to have a sensory experience, pure and unsullied? Or are you really being swayed? Are you otherwise being swayed by emotions, overpowering emotions? Am I saying that today's science is perfectly attuned to this stand of Amma and Bhagavan. Amma and Bhagavan's stand all the time has been that enlightenment or mukti is a biological state. It is not a philosophical understanding. So many people assume that it is just a philosophical understanding you have that everything is unreal or that you are everything, and thereafter you hold this understanding in your mind and you start living your life. But Amma and Bhagavan have always said mukti is not something that is psychological or philosophical, because whatever is psychological or philosophical can always drop away. While mukti or enlightenment is something that stays on with you because it is purely biological. It is neurobiological. It's a state of the brain, Amma and Bhagavan have always maintained. And Amma says today science is coming to that. That is, science is clearly able to decipher some of these chemicals, these hormones, these enzymes that are flowing in the body and the neuropeptides that are flowing in the brain that are responsible for states like tremendous love, peace, joy and oneness even. And Amma further goes on to saying that the brain is also capable of creating chemicals that are responsible for fear, for anger, for anxiety. That is, the body has the capacity to be awakened or to be unawakened. Well, what is it that is pushing us towards an unawakened state of consciousness? Amma says it is fear. Fear, Amma is speaking of two kinds of fear. One is biological fear, another is psychological fear. Biological fear is essentially one that is meant for the body. Fear of darkness or fear of great heights, fear of falling, being pushed by the wind. This is fear of the body, and this is necessary for the body. This is a protective instinct. And Amma says this kind of fear initially began as fear of some wild animals, therefore the body had to protect itself, fear of natural calamities, and therefore the body had to protect itself. But unfortunately, over a period of time, psychological fear has predominated human life. And then Amma is making a crucial statement. Amma says, how many people are afraid of fear? Fear of something is okay. What about fear of fear? And from there, Amma is asking us to consider a healthy life. A healthy life meaning a healthy diet, healthy exercises, healthy movement, all of which Amma says is going to be helpful and instrumental in reducing our levels of fear. An unhealthy way of living, in fact, enhances fear. It increases fear in our body, in our mind, and consequently, we move away from experiencing reality. Life, Amma and Bhagavan say, is beautiful as it is. You don't need anything happening to you in order to be happy. Existence, living itself is such a blissful experience. And for that, our body has to cooperate. And Amma says that if you want to live a completely healthy life, which is health of the body, health of the mind, and health of the consciousness, then Amma says sadhana is very, very necessary. And ultimately, Amma is telling us that your body is a temple. And in this temple abide the various gods who have been here from eternity. And Amma also says that in the human body are located the various centers that are like entry points towards experiencing various states of consciousness. And with proper sadhana, with the right kind of living, these various states of consciousness could be experienced by anybody. Now, right now you're listening to messages of oneness. Oneness, Shri Amma Bhagavan says, not sameness. We'll go into that on some other day. But then, there are various centers in the human body, the energy centers called chakras, which is an ancient Indian wisdom. This is not something that they have arrived at. This is something they have seen and they have known. And Anahata, or the heart chakra, Amma and Bhagavan say, if that is activated, then you have a Christian experience of awakening, a state of unconditional love. If Vishuddhi, or the throat chakra, is going to be activated, you're going to have an Islamic state, one that speaks of surrender and submission to the will of God. If your Ajna is going to be activated, you're going to experience the Buddhist state of awareness. And if your Samsara is going to be activated, you're going to experience the Hindu state of Aham Brahmasmin, or the state of oneness with the all. So, if you are going to be meditating on these various points in the human body, Amma says your state of consciousness also would be elevated. And only in a healthy state of consciousness can you have healthy thoughts. Consequently, can you also have a healthy physique. And Amma says, therefore, to protect your body with a tremendous sense of sacredness is the responsibility of every one of us. My dear brothers and sisters, is it possible that we can access these various states of consciousness? It is. And it is in this direction that Oneness has created the Chakra Meditation and a CD called Chakra Dhyana. The cosmic music has created and released the CD called Chakra Dhyana. Anybody who would listen to it is automatically drawn into a state of meditation. Over the next 1 week, this could be the sadhana you could adopt, the sadhana of Chakra Dhyana. If only you could approach any of the famous music stores and ask them for Chakra Dhyana, they will make it available for you. You could also approach any of the Mahadiksha devotees or devotees of oneness, followers of oneness who've been in for a long time, for a sufficient period of time. If you could visit their homes, meditate along with them for the next 1 week, and at the end of Chakra Dhyana, if you receive the Diksha, I'm sure Amma and Bhagavan are going to give you extraordinary experiences and states of consciousness, tremendous peace, tremendous divine presence like you've never before experienced. Shall we for a few minutes meditate then today? I want all of you to relax, sit with your spine erect and place your hands in this posture. Close your eyes. Deeply inhale and exhale. Concentrate on the crown of your head. Concentrate on the crown of your head, on your scalp, and mentally visualize 1,000-petaled lotus, fully in bloom. The petals of 1,000-petaled lotus spreading themselves on your scalp. Listen to the chant, and as the chant says Kundalini Arohanam, visualize a golden light flowing through every petal of the chakra. Let us begin now. Kindly open your eyes. Thank you. Please continue to stay on for a few more minutes in silence. See you next week. Namaste.